What is up? What is up, people? We're live here at Theme Park Wizard to Ask Me Anything. We have some special guests today, and let's bring them in. OG55.
What is going on, Mr. Wizard? Thank you for having me on, man. This is a big show, and really cool of you to do this, and I appreciate you, man.
That's right. Today we're donating and helping support the LA fire victims right here at this link. Or you can either donate at this link, or you can do a super chat, and then all the super chats will be donated to the LAFoodBank.org plus $50 from WA. So please donate because lots of people were affected.
Yes, absolutely.
But we have look. Ooh. We have a Webba in here.
Hey,
Webba.
How are you, Mr. Webber?
Mr. Wizard, I'm good. Sorry, a little bit late. Just had to kind of do a little bit of setup real quick. But Mr. Webber is here now on Theme Park Wizard with OG55.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah. So,
Hey, you know what?
You just evacuated.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. No, yeah, we evacuated. I live pretty close to where the Palisades fire was coming over into the San Fernando Valley. Very, very close. And it got really like less than a mile from my house. We had to evacuate. Mm-hmm. So we were staying out there in OC. And it was scary, man. Really, really scary. But it's looking like things are actually calming down. Our house was fine. I'm obviously okay. And but hey, you know what? It's crazy, Wizard, because like this has really brought, I think, LA together. I see like so many people like just trying to help each other out. The humanity is really coming through, which is awesome. We have Mexico, they're sending support over to us right now. Canada, other states like Nevada, I think even like Montana and stuff. I mean, it's really cool to see, dude. It's a beautiful city, and people love us worldwide, and everyone's coming to help us out here, and it's heartwarming. It's pretty awesome. So
it's so nice. Yes, a lot of people love us. Some people are jealous of us, and that's okay too. They love us secretly down there, and everyone's here to enjoy. I think we gotta do that West Coast drop, OG.
Oh, I think we do, man. This is a West Coast show. Let's do it. Here we go. Give me 1 second, Mr. Wizard.
Hi. Monster on the beat, ho.
And I got another one for you since we're doing a West Coast show.
Woke up looking for the broccoli. Hockey.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got another one for you. Mustard! Are we playing the whole thing with it? Are we playing the whole thing? Are we going over the mustard? Mustard! There we go. Hey, look, this is the thing, right? California, the West Coast has revitalized hip hop, with Kendrick Lamar. Mm-hmm. People have fallen in love, obviously, with Hollywood for over 100 years. You got an iPhone? California, baby. So, a lot of good has come from this state, and a lot of good has come from more specifically the Los Angeles area. So I like to celebrate our home,
And the good thing is, even more great stuff will keep coming right from our hometown, OG. That's right. Where George is the new resident.
Yes. Oh, you know what? So Wizard, real quick, I want to ask OG. OG, are you sure you want to move to a Japan, bro? Like, I just saw they had like another earthquake, man. They're always having earthquakes all the time, dude.
I know. That's the thing. Yeah, the earthquakes over there are wild. It's way worse.
They're pretty gnarly, yeah.
Yeah, and they're big too. Like they're big quakes.
Yeah, like the one I saw this morning was like 6.9, dude. Like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I mean, for as much like earthquakes like scare we have over here, they get so many more earthquakes and like tsunami warnings than like I have seen here in California.
Oh, for sure. Like I always say, like a lot of people like from out of state, they get real nervous about the earthquakes out here. I mean, I haven't been I've lived in LA my entire life, born and raised in LA County, right? And I haven't experienced personally a major earthquake since 1994. Like it's been a minute, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not a regular occurrence. Now these fires That's more of a regular thing. That's almost every year. Kind of like how Florida has their hurricanes every year. We got these fires. This particular batch of fires, though, is on a whole other level. We've never seen it this bad before. But yeah, the earthquakes aren't that big of a, not that they're not big a deal, but they're not as frequent. They're pretty far and few between. So
I mean, I small.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, I think Wizard, I think like the most, like if it's directly like in my like 5-mile radius, maybe I might feel a 3.9 or 4 or something like that, barely. But I personally have never experienced like, you know, like a 5 or a 6 or higher. You know, I've never experienced it. Like anytime there's an earthquake down here, like in the San Diego area, it's always like east inland or something like that, or further south of me. And because I was telling OG last night on the phone that where I live is like in the valley area. So we have like the valley and then deep valley it just extends east. And we have like just kind of like hills and mountains like that surround it. So we don't get like a lot of thunderstorms at all, which kind of sucks because I love lightning shows. So much fun. Fires, the only fires we get really, well, there was one close one a few years ago that came from the Fallbrook area from east coming in, but it got put out. And then Camp Pendleton, one of the biggest Marine Corps bases, you know, they have training accidents for like fires and stuff. So that happens. But I mean, the stuff that has happened in LA and back also what 2008 or 9 when those bad fires happened there too. Never had anything like that down here that I can recall personally. So
the only time
training accident, that sounds like someone died. That sounds terrible.
Wait, which one?
You said at Camp Pendleton they have training accidents. I hope they don't die in those training accidents.
Well, there have been training accidents of like helicopter crashes, but in terms of like fires though, because of like, you know, their training exercises, you know, stuff gets blown up. So then sometimes a fire gets sparked by accident, you know, from training, and you know, kind of because the base, a lot of it is a lot of like hills and mountains, you know, and just kind of like brush, so it can get caught on fire pretty easily. But yeah, so.
I do want to say too, before we kind of get started, I do want to say thank you to like the members of our OG55 family and just the bigger Disney community. I have gotten so many messages, and I will respond to each and every one. I promise you, I will respond to each and every message. But there has been such an outpouring of support and concern because you know, they heard that I was being evacuated, and it means a lot to me. It really, really does. I want to thank everybody that reached out to me. It was really cool. And I promise I'm getting to every single person. I'm going to reply to every single person because, I don't know. I thought that was really, really cool.
And, you know, thank you to everyone who reached out to me. I know it's funny though, but to the out of state people, just they don't know the geography, so they thought I was right in the thick of it. I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm not, but thank you so much. You know, I'm like on the edge of the ring of fire, but thank you.
Exactly.
And, you know, let's see. Oh, hello. Okay, so we got Kaylee.
What's up, Kaylee?
Yo, Kaylee.
Ozzy says, sorry to hear about your house, OG.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it came very close, but my house is actually okay. So, I mean, we're still kind of not out of the woods yet. Like the fire is gone, but it's still hot, and like the winds now are picking up. So it's a possibility it starts back up again. Hopefully not. But as of right now, like we're good, and my house was fine. So yeah, we're okay right now. We evacuated. We went to Orange County for like 3 days. But yeah, I appreciate that, Asia Extreme. But yeah, right now we're okay, but we still got a couple more days to hold out. I think until these Santa Ana winds kind of pass over.
Yeah, stupid Santa Ana. What did we ever do to you? Oh,
I know. All right, come on, man, come on.
That's Universal opening so early. Oh, early. Yeah. Do you think it should have been closed longer? You know what? Six Flags opened the day after. I went to Universal the day it opened. The air quality is pretty good, and there was a decent amount of people there. I think it was pretty okay. I mean, I'm sure if they were evacuated, they didn't have to come in, but there's a lot of workers there. And
so I actually, along with this question, I also want to ask you guys questions about the schools, because I saw except the evacuated areas, a lot of schools reopened today as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's if the air quality is still good over there, or if there's like, yeah, we want you kids back in school. Come on in.
Well, I work for LAOST. We control the Valley schools. The air quality is pretty good in the Valley. In fact, according to Apple, and Woodland Hills, it's in the 35, which is the good category. So I think most of the Valley is pretty good. Obviously the schools, like a couple of LAOC schools burned down the Palisades one, so obviously those guys can't go to school. And some are in evacuated zones, but the majority of them, especially if you're in like the city or the valley, I think the air quality is pretty decent.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem today. Like coming down here, like I've been outside a little bit, and it's been decent. It hasn't been bad at all. Like the day that I left, though, like I went to Gelson's Wizard over there on Ventura on Reseda, and I walked outside, bro. My eyes were like burning, dude. The smoke was so bad.
Because we went up that day you left. All of us went up to the parking garage at the top. You can look and we saw the little glow of the fire over by your area. I'm like, yep, there's OG over there. He's leaving.
I'm leaving, dude. We bounced, man. We bounced. Yeah, it was crazy, dude. I mean, it was really, really wild. A lot of people were leaving too. Like it was pretty congested trying to get out of here. Like Ventura Boulevard was a madhouse.
Now, to give you guys an idea, OG and I only live like 5 or 10 minutes from each other, but he lives on the south side of the freeway towards the mountains, and I live on the north side, kind of more in the city area. That's why he had to leave, because the fire was creeping over. The wind stopped. So when the wind stopped, the fire, they naturally burn uphill because of a whole reason that I actually looked up. But so the fire's burning uphill and over the hill towards the valley where OG's house was. That's why he guys had to leave really fast. And I had a freeway barrier, so I didn't have to leave. And he's over to the east. But it was very interesting because, we're so close to each other. But he had a very different fire experience than I did, because he was literally just a couple of blocks across the freeway.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, Wizard? Like we only live like 10 minutes from each other, but the difference in just that little bit of difference makes all the difference.
Exactly. Yeah. And this is why the LA topography is pretty interesting, because there's like lots of flatlands, lots of mountains, and there's beaches. That's why you can go snowboarding and then surfing the same day if you really want, and you can go to Disneyland on the same day if you really wanted to. So
and that's what I'm saying, bro. There's been a lot of conversations out there about California and what have you, and there have been conversations for years about California. Look, California is not perfect. We have our issues. I'm not going to pretend like we're perfect, but I've been born and raised out here. And I absolutely love California. With all its flaws, this is an amazing state. Like you were saying, Wizard, we got the beaches, the mountains, the theme parks. We got Hollywood. You go up north to where Kaylee's at. You got the beautiful like Bay Area with the redwoods and all that stuff. California is such a beautiful state. And yes, it's not perfect, but what state is? What state can you go to that's going to be perfect? You can't find a single state that's not going to have. Yeah, exactly. So everything's going to have some,
I'll tell you this. I could not survive in most of this country in the States, because most of them get like super cold temperatures, and I hate the cold. So like you're not gonna find me anywhere where it's gonna snow or like have like 35-degree temperatures, man. No way.
Yeah, no. Let me tell you something. Me neither. I can't survive in. I have a sweatshirt on. It's not even cold in this house, but I still have a sweatshirt on because I'm a little cold. Can't do that. I can't do the humidity. So that whole East Coast, it's done. The summertime is done. I can't do that because it goes all the way up to New York, the hot and humid stuff. I just can't take that crap. I've done it, not lived there, but visited. A week is good because I'm thinking, and I know OG, you went to Florida, and you were like, "Oh my gosh, so humid out here." No, I'm sure you can't live there either. Like, and people say, "Well, all your little fires when we have hurricanes, they don't come off." I don't care. Those hurricanes are big, okay, and then everyone, hurricane, Florida particularly is kind of like flat and small, right? So a hurricane, some of these things cover the whole state. The whole state at the same time. Here with these fires, a lot of people are leaving. But at least you kind of can anticipate where the fire is going to be in the mountains. And you can anticipate what day it's coming, because it's a really windy day. But like 150,000 people evacuated. And it's crazy. I don't know where they went because there wasn't any traffic on the freeway. So they did a good job of leaving on the time. But they're so big. these hurricanes, if there's a massive hurricane that comes over here and everyone, can you imagine that, OG? All 3.5 million people or all 10 million people are going to leave at the same time because a massive hurricane's coming. That'd be terrible. We'd be stuck.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's wild. And Asia Extreme here says, I love California, the culture, the history, and the people. Not crazy about our state leaders, not to get in much into that. Yeah, I don't want to get into state leaders too much either. But like, I will say this, though. I love the culture here in California because it really is a blessing, our diversity. As a Californian, like we've grown up with other cultures, and I've dated women of other cultures and learned a lot about their culture, you know, through dating or even through just friendships or what have you. And I have access to that because I live in such a diverse state, the most diverse place, I think, on the planet, really. And that's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, you meet friends and spouses of all different nationalities and ethnic backgrounds. You have access to all kinds of various cultural foods and what have you that you just wouldn't get if you lived in, like, you know, North Dakota. I mean, I'm not trying to shit on North Dakota or anything. I was just an example, you know. But like, you know, you have access to all this stuff. Yeah, you pay a little more to be here, but I mean, you also get a lot more in return. You know,
and also before, like, literally last week before the winds. Let's look at the temperature. It was like 70 degrees. It was beautiful out here. It was not hot.
Yeah.
It's not cold. Sure, it sometimes gets windy, but then it's 70 degrees again. Like, I'm looking at the temperature forecast next week, next Wednesday. It's 70 degrees again, and we'll just be chilling, and all the fires will be put out.
And also, Wizard, to another thing, going off what OG was saying about, you know, the great things about California. California is one of the, like, I think 3 or 4 states in total that have like the better labor laws in the for like the job market. So people aren't so that way people aren't as exploited by employers and companies as, you know, they are in other states. So, you know, that's, I think, a good blessing too to have, you know.
Yeah. And quickly here, this is the founder here of this fundraiser, Jeff Gordon. He has the link on Twitter. The link is posted here in the chat, and like I said, all the super chats here. Just thank you for doing this. Of course, you know, he raised almost $6,000 so far. So good job, Jeff.
Yes, Jeff is a good friend, and he always does so much for our community, our Disney community. And Jeff, thank you so much for everything you do.
Yeah, but even during the COVID, he's helping for the cast members too. So, you know, OG's right. Keep promoting Jeff. He's like a godsend here.
He is really good guy. Had the opportunity to finally meet Jeff at D23.
You did? Oh, that's cool.
I did. I met him at D23.
You gotta have him on the channel.
Yes, come on, Jeff. We'll get you on the channel. We get you on OG55. We'll get you on Theme Park Wizard. Be great.
Right.
It'd be great.
Look, this is how cool he is. He donates to his own freaking fundraiser here. That's crazy. Good. Thank you for the $5, Jeff. And crazy.
Absolutely.
And don't forget, people, Theme Park Wizard himself will be donating $50 added on to whatever you donate. So please donate. If you can. At the link.
And speaking of donations, Disney, because we do a lot of theme park stuff here, Disney and Universal both have donated or pledged to donate a lot. I think Comcast announced today they're gonna do what, 10 million?
10 million, yeah. Disney did 15 million, so that's $25 million from the theme parks. Come on, Six Flags, where you at? You're missing out. You're the only one not doing it here. So
I know.
Making you look bad, Six Flags. What are you doing?
hey, Wizard, SeaWorld, come on.
Where you at, SeaWorld?
Yeah. Although they should SeaWorld, even though they're not really in LA, they should still do it because they're, you know, all these wonderful states are sending their firefighters over to us. So come on, SeaWorld, be part of the crew, you know.
Yes.
Help out. Because, you know, we have LA visitors to come over to hang out with Legoland too.
Yeah. Right. Well. Hey, has Nods donated anything yet, or announced they were going to donate anything?
Well, that's why I said Six Flags is the same company.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, because now they're all joined together.
So they gotta Six Flags. You have 2 parks here now. You better donate. Like, come on now.
Let's do it. And I love how the community I love how the community has come together. I love how all these big companies like Disney and Comcast have donated. I love how we're getting support from other countries like Mexico. It's really cool to see. Like in these moments of need, with these terrible disasters, I love to see those little glimpses of like the humanity shining through like that. It's beautiful.
Me too. Yeah.
I know, it's so
Absolutely.
nice. And then, just random people on the street and, like you said, all these people checking in on UOG and me and, well, Webb, I know that he lives in San Diego, so I know you said no one really checked on you, but I'm sure they would if there's a fire in San Diego. But, okay, where was the so this is interesting because this is a good question because a lot of people don't know. I mean, the people who don't live it don't know. The Palisades fire, even though it's getting a lot of coverage, is not close to Universal at all, especially where it's blowing towards the ocean. It was the Eaton fire in Pasadena that was affecting Universal, not and where it could burn, but just the bad air quality. The Sunset fire, which is the one in the Hollywood Hills that I don't know if someone started that or what they found out, but that one was like a mile away from Universal. But luckily, they got that one knocked down in less than 24 hours because that one could have been bad because it was if you went south, it would have been into Hollywood, and north, it would have been into Universal. So that was a very bad one. So I'm glad they got that one out pretty quickly because, oh boy, if Universal burned, I may have just quit the channel.
that would have been heartbreaking. Go ahead, Webba.
I don't say, Wizard, because this brings me back to what year was that when there was that huge backlot fire that burned down? 2008. Okay, yeah. How upset were you when that happened?
Well, I didn't have a channel and wasn't really into theme parks at the time, so I was not upset at all. Funny,
Okay.
it was actually at that time that I didn't like Universal.
What?
Really?
I know. I went one time with my grandpa, and I don't know why I didn't like it, but I was like, oh, I don't really like that place. And
Wizard,
What?
I know, and it was crazy. But it wasn't until I didn't really start loving it until 2019 when I to start covering the Jurassic World project, because then I actually got to go and spend time there more and not just go like with family. I'm like, oh wow, this is so cool. Oh, sorry, 2018 when I worked at Harry Potter, and then 2019 I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I like this just as much as Disney now. Oh yay! And then that's when that happened. But
well, that is interesting, Wizard. I did not know that about you. And this is kind of funny. Like I was actually just talking to Ebba about this today because I'm a Disney guy. I don't make any bones about it. I'm a Disney guy. But like I was because we were in OC, so I hit up the parks a little bit this weekend because when you're down there, might as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
If I'm, might as well since I'm staying down there. And I was telling Ebba, like, I was kind of bored at Disney. Like lately,
Really?
I've been having more fun at Universal lately. I'm like, wait a minute.
Is it because you go so often, do you think, or how come?
I think so. I think Disney is so familiar with me now, it sort of loses a little bit of its luster. Where Universal, I've gone a lot this year to Universal, but it's still newer to me. So when I'm at Universal, like ask this guy, when we went to HHN, bro, I was like a kid in a candy store. I had such a good time there, bro. I was vibing like crazy. And I think a lot of that is because it's just it's kind of newer to me, and I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, and Wizard, bro, I'll tell you this. At Disney, you would not find two, should I say, good-looking Asian girls kissing on an escalator.
Yeah, I know, right?
In the park.
Which we did see that at Universal, which definitely made the experience all more exciting.
I see why you liked HHN so much now.
Bro, it was so funny, Wizard. We were going down the escalator. All of a sudden, I get this tap on my shoulder. Oh, he's like, look.
I'm surprised they didn't invite them to come to the house with you.
I know. I should have. Absolutely should have.
That's funny. Since you're at Disney this weekend, I have a question because I did go to Universal, and obviously since it's closer to everything, it was pretty empty. How were the Disney crowds? Were they like the same, or busier, or like less than you would expect due to the fires and was the air quality okay?
It
How
was
that?
busy. It was busy like this weekend. Yesterday, I was there for most of the day. I basically rope dropped and left at like 4 o'clock, and it was busy. I mean, it didn't seem slow at all. I know George went later that evening, and he was saying it started to die down towards the evening time.
Mhm.
But in the daytime, DCA, I even texted him. I was like, dude, DCA is a madhouse right now. And this was like around like 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock. So yeah, it was busy.
Oh, that's
It was very, very
good.
busy.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was looking at the wait time, so I was curious. I was like, yeah, this seemed like a few things were over an hour, or something's close to 2 hours. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
That's weird because I would think that people would be back like in school, like when at school and at work and stuff like that. So that's very interesting. It's still super busy, but hey, you know what, guys? That's that brand withdrawal, huh? So
yeah, I Disneyland seemed dead. I mean, I thought they were like, broke. Go woke, go broke, right? So I don't know.
I guess so. I guess so, Wizard.
They're gone. They're gone. They're gone. Yeah. And I just want to remind everybody at home, any super chats that you send in today goes to the LA fire victim.
Yes,
So
it goes-
if you send in a
goes
super
right
chat,
to this guy. Well, not this guy. Go this guy's foundation right here. Boom.
right there.
And come on. You can't let the founder of the foundation be the only one to submit a super chat. That's just ridiculous. Come on now. And we got
Absolutely.
Mr. Rank.
OG 55.
Yes. What is going on? Hey,
Wizard, Rebel, let's go.
let's
go.
do it. Let's do it. Here we go. We got to chime you in, Sean.
Hi, Monster on the beat, ho.
Oh, Mr. Sean, how are you today?
I'm doing amazing,
Congrats
man. It's good to see
on
you
your
guys.
new move.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And just wanted to thank everyone for watching and for donating. And even if you can't donate, just share it out to anybody that may donate, or
Yes, please share
retweet
this
those
link.
links on Twitter or Blue Sky that are asking for donations, because any little bit helps.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Copy paste, do whatever you can, man, because hey, there's plenty of affected victims, and some don't have houses, some don't have food, some don't have power. I mean, Palisades has a Palisades in Pasadena have a don't use water notice or whatever. They have to like boil down water. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah,
come on, they
it's
can't
sad.
even go to the sink. Like, come on, gotta help out the people. And,
Absolutely. And those images coming out of Palisades, because the smoke has finally cleared out and they were able to do some aerial shots and stuff. And it's just like,
I mean, it looks like a
nothing
tornado
left.
went through there.
yeah.
What
it's devastating.
was the was it Malibu? There was one house in particular that was like the only one that was standing. Do you guys know? Do you guys know
that
what house I'm
pink
talking
house?
about?
The pink
Which one?
roof, the one with the pink roof.
I don't. I
I think I
maybe,
know
but
what
it
you're
was
talking about.
yeah. It was the only house that was like left untouched by the fire. Everything else
Wait.
around was burnt down.
Was this house on the beach or no?
I think it was. I think it was on. I think it was on the beach.
Okay, no, that's the concrete one. Yeah, because there's two pictures I see. There's one, the pink one, in the Palisades that's being used for conspiracy theories, which is crazy, and there's one on the beach one that is being praised for being built out of concrete. But yeah, either way,
Okay.
two houses survived. And
Wait, the
two
pink one,
concrete-
the pink one is on the beach, right?
No, that one's like in the Palisades. There's like all those plots are burned, and then it's there, and then a whole bunch of captions like, "What do you notice here? What's going on here?" Da 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 da. I'm like, oh come on.
Oh my god. I haven't seen the conspiracy theories about the pink house yet. I gotta dig into that. Or should I not? It's just gonna make me mad.
Yeah, probably it shouldn't, because God forbid one house somehow doesn't burn. Like, it should be happy for that person, but no. All of a sudden, what happened? What there must be a reason to that. Oh man, they should have all gone down.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's wild.
Let's see. Oh my goodness. That's right. Wizard hates Universal. Never
Who said
going
that,
back.
man? That's crazy.
That is wild. Sean, did you ever hear that story? I've never known that
No,
about him.
I never heard that before. I thought I knew this guy Wizard. I apparently didn't know as much about him as I thought. I also just figured out recently that he doesn't even ride these big coasters. Like
I
a year
know,
ago,
I'm
when
with
Wonder Woman
OG
was
on that
Six
one.
Flags, he's like, "Hey, bro, you want to go on my media ticket?" And I was like, "What are you talking about, dude?" Now he's not gonna ride Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift.
Bro,
I'll be
Wizard
watching
Ri-
from the sidelines.
exactly. Wizard is my weight in the gift shop buddy. Like him and I like.
Wizard, will you hold my backpack, bro, when I ride next?
You know, I definitely will because that's a pretty hot commodity because these new lockers are just so tiny and ridiculous.
You have a little.
You know, like
And honestly, Wizard, Universal won't let me put Julian into one of those lockers, so you might have to watch him when I ride as well.
oh man, well, luckily he's just so dang cute and just
All right.
kept smiling at me and kept pulling.
Okay,
my
you can
finger
watch
out,
him, and then Jess and my
Like,
wife and I will ride all the rides.
You better watch out. I might have to. You might not get him back for a couple of days. You know?
That's fine, bro. You can teach him all about theme parks.
Yeah, because you should have seen Emoji. He was so cute watching Phantasmic, then he fell
Aw.
asleep. But he enjoyed it the moment he's awake. But
Yep.
oh, what a little! And then he is walking and crawling around. Oh, I
Aw.
love that little guy. Hey,
That's
everyone,
cute.
go check out my little kids at Universal video. Julian makes an appearance in the thumbnail. Check it out.
Nice.
And this guy does too. Boom.
Yeah, that was a great
Yeah.
video, Wizard, because honestly, I feel like even having a kid, I'm like, oh, Universal has nothing for kids, but you highlighted some really great stuff. So I think
Yeah.
anyone should check that video out. Even if you got like nieces and nephews or little cousins or whatever, it's a great video.
So
What- Oh, I'll just say real quick. Universal has really stepped it up, though. Yeah, with their family stuff, like the whole Minions area, and then you have the Secret Life of Pets, and even like that Kung Fu Panda show, which is amazing. One of my favorite 3D shows of all time, actually. But they have in recent years they've made a lot of strides for the younger audience. It was pretty cool. Sorry, Webb, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
No, you're okay. So I want to ask Wizard and Sean this because I don't think I've got you guys' thoughts on this. The Universal Kids Park. What's your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think that this is a good idea for Universal as a brand? Do you think it's a good direction for them to have like a kids focused park? Like, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I think it's super smart, especially because they haven't really advertised it that much, and it wasn't that much money. So it's not like they're putting all their eggs into this basket. So I mean, if it flops, it's kind of no harm, no foul. Obviously, it's not really that. It would be some foul for them, but I think it's a great idea because they're testing something that really hasn't been done before, and that's a massive brand like a Disney or a Universal doing a smaller park like this, a kids park. So
Yeah.
I'm really pumped. I think the park looks awesome. Like there's so many kid parks out there that like Peppa Pig Park or other stuff like that that it really is just based focus on kids. But from what we've seen, this Universal Kids Resort actually looks like it's got some rides that adults can enjoy as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
like
pretty
the
pumped.
Rapids ride looks sick.
Absolutely. And if we do get it, I know that it's probably not going to happen in phase 1, but if we get like a SpongeBob or something like that dark ride in phase 2, and there's a couple little kid coasters, so yeah, I'm pretty pumped, man.
I'm super excited for that idea too. I know, I don't know. I guess according to Mr. Mike on the Twitter, the neighbor doesn't like it, but hopefully they'll come up to enjoy it. There's only one thing I don't particularly like, and that is the hotel. I
Yeah,
wish
the
it was
hotel
designed a
facade.
little bit better because
Yeah,
it
the facade.
looks like Julian built it or something. But and I get it. It's a kid's resort, so you get your own little sheep. But I mean, from the first iteration to this one, the facade looks kind of looks kind of
Yeah, the
bad,
facade's
but hopefully the inside gets a
ugly.
little better.
Which is disappointing because it's kind of like the entrance to the park. It's like a Disneyland Paris situation. So yeah, I'm with you, Wizard. That's definitely disappointing. But honestly, Universal's been knocking kids rides out of the park lately. I have big issues with Secret Life of Pets having the restrictions it does, but even so, it's still a 34-inch height requirement, which is really, really small. I mean, my son's 14 months and he's almost 34 inches already. So by the time your kid's 2 years old, most 2-year-olds can already ride Secret Life of Pets. And so as harsh as I am with those restraints, 34 inches is really short, and that's an incredible family ride. Everything they're doing with How to Train Your Dragon looks absolutely incredible. Super Nintendo World's great for kids. The Minion Land that they did in Universal Florida is great. So I think Universal was bad with kids. up until probably like a couple years ago, but they've been killing it the last like 2 or 3 years.
You know, I wonder too, like what this park. Let's say this kid park is a huge success. You know, Texas is a big state. I mean, if they get the numbers that they want for this kid park, I wonder if we'll see a traditional Universal park somewhere else in the state. You know, they're kind of testing the waters here a little bit. You know.
Yeah, for sure, OG. And in terms of outdoor, warm, and high population climates, SoCal, Florida, and then Texas is really like the third one there, especially when you're talking about like geographical, you know, SoCal being the whole West Coast, Florida being East Coast, and then Texas hitting that Midwest. It's kind of a no-brainer, I feel like. In fact, I'm shocked that it hasn't happened before. So this really could open up a lot of doors, OG. But I think that if it's not a huge hit here, it wouldn't work elsewhere because of how just like obvious Texas is for a location. But if it's a huge hit, then it could work elsewhere too.
And
Right,
I'm surprised they don't put at Disney or Universal put like some sort of like a water park, like a Volcano Bay 2 or something, you know, or Blizzard Beach 2, because you know, Texas is hot. I mean, it's cold, obviously, but Florida gets cold too. But Texas is super hot in the summer and springtime. I think a water park from Disney or Universal will do very well.
Yeah, that's genius, Wizard, and just do like kind of what Disney does with Alani, or like even like Hilton Head in South Carolina. Make it a Disney or Universal resort with like a water park and like a couple hotels, but don't actually build like an adult theme park, because then you're not stealing from, you know, California and Texas, but you're whetting the appetite for people that live in Texas or Oklahoma or whatever, Midwest. And yeah, do like a water park to where, or like Alani, like us Disney fans will go to Alani. I haven't been yet, but I know a lot of people go, even though it doesn't have theme parks, just because it's Disney branded. So I think that's
it has meet and greets and a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah.
Now, what about Universal, Comcast Universal doing cruise line?
Oh, that'd be sick, bro. If they took, they could do like their Castaway Cay, but it's like Jurassic Park, dude. You dock.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so smart.
That'd be like, because then they can really build like, you know, Isla Nublar. Like that'd be really cool. Like that would be really nice.
I think
Just
Universal
random
needs to get
dino
into the,
animatronics
like,
everywhere.
I think Universal needs to get into the, like, I'm not saying like a timeshare type situation, but something similar to Disney Vacation Club, because their hotels are absolutely incredible. And obviously now we have at least one, if not two, coming out to Hollywood. Obviously the biggest problem there is how much they partner with Lowe's. So I that'd be a sticky situation. But if they could find some way to like where they don't actually build like timeshare hotels, but you can just buy into like points every year or something like that, and like keep building hotels in like California or other states, that would be sick too, because Universal hotels are really dope.
Yeah, I've heard. I've never stayed at a Universal hotel, but I've heard nothing but good things about them.
Hey,
like
one's coming soon, OG. You won't be saying that in a couple years, luckily.
Yep. Yeah, Wizard, you've been on top of that one too. The Hollywood one, right?
Yes, finally. Oh my god, I might cry when the thing starts to go up, because I've been following it for 2 years. I'll be like, finally.
But OG, we're gonna find out like halfway through construction that Wizard doesn't actually stay in hotels. You know,
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
He doesn't like Universal Studios. He doesn't ride any of the coaches he covers. He's not gonna stay in.
I'm like, so guys, it's open, but I'm not staying there. So here's Sean's interpretation.
So I have a question about the hotel coming to Hollywood, right? Do we know if the hotels or the hotels are going to have that perk where you get like the express pass with it? Do we know that information or no?
I'd imagine so, because they want to compete with the Hilton. Like you can walk to, so early entry and express pass will probably come to that one if I had to guess. You know,
yeah, I definitely agree on express pass, Ethan. Especially if the price point's pretty high, or they build a value hotel that doesn't have it. I'm a little more conflicted on early entry, because Universal doesn't really have that at all. Like I know they do for the Super Nintendo World, but that's like a brand new
Harry Potter
Nintendo World. Oh, they have one for Harry Potter?
Yeah, they've had it for Harry Potter for a while. Ever since it opened, you can act. That one's free though. You can just come into the park an hour early, and just everyone can just go to Harry Potter. It's like a little known thing, but I found out when I worked there that
Are you serious? Wizard, why is this not in all your tips videos, bro?
You know, it should be, but I always keep forgetting about it, because like park would open at 9, but my shift would start at like 7:30, because the first guest would come in at 8. because the park opens an hour early for anyone who wants to come to Harry Potter. So now it's like that for free for Harry Potter still, and you have to pay for Super Nintendo World. But if you want to go to Harry Potter for free, you can come an hour
So
early.
you're saying they still do that? So if the park opens at 9, you can go into Wizarding World at 8.
Yes.
Wow, Wizard, you're blowing my mind.
Well, hey, Sean. Here's the thing. It's because Wizard hates Universal so much he forgot.
He doesn't even go in the mornings. He just knows about the perk, but he would never use it.
I don't even enter Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm not even sure Wizard actually goes to the parks. I think it's all like AI generated.
No, I send my clone over there. My
Yeah.
AI clone, and they film all the stuff. I'm just kind of like the behind the scenes guy and like behind the cameras, like in Squid Game, the guy in the game. That's me.
Yeah. OG, you know all those times we hang out with Wizard, like the 2 or 3 times we hung out with Disneyland, those didn't actually happen. It was just like
Yeah.
a holograph of
I mean, hey, it is 2025, so you never know. Yeah,
It's true, bro.
And I already did this before. Oops. Wait, there's another one. There we go. Thank you, R-Man.
Thank you, R-Man.
Yes, thank you.
Any idea if Super Nintendo will expand? Oh, I think it will. I don't know when, but I think it will expand at some point because it's so tiny. And then it's going to be kind of embarrassing when Epic Universe opens and how tiny it is. So to save themselves some embarrassment, they better add some unique attraction to Super Nintendo World. Though not the same stuff because then people won't come. But some unique stuff would be fantastic.
What's the going rumor right now, Wizard? With that, is Transformers kind of like the going rumor, like to get removed and replaced with Nintendo, or is there some other way they're gonna do this?
The last thing I heard was Soundstage 12 would be expanded for Nintendo. That's where the voice used to go, and it's like halfway gone anyway. That's the one I heard, but I still heard in a while, so I guess we'll have to see what happens.
Is Soundstage 12 the one that's behind the curvature of the tram?
You have Nintendo beds sheets. I just realized that.
Yeah. Point, you know? Look at that.
Yeah, Soundstage 12 is the one behind the tram. No, it's you come down the timeline.
Yeah, the
big downstage by Jurassic World. It's Jurassic World, and then there's a big
right.
It's where the Monsters house was, in the Horror Nights, the Universal Classic Monsters one.
Yeah, that one. It was like a Van Helsing house for the Horror Nights that we all went to. It was really mid at best. That one, it was like okay, you know, because it was in a huge like soundstage, so I expected something probably a lot bigger. But it's a house, I guess maybe not. It was my first time, so I didn't really know what to expect.
The only really cool thing about that house is the fact that the classic monster movies were filmed in that soundstage. But that's pretty much it.
And that is pretty cool, the history there. And I like how Universal's been leaning more into their nostalgia with FanFest. They're getting into like Back to the Future, stuff like that. That's really smart.
Yeah. Even Dark Universe at Epic, that's not something Universal would have done 5 or 10 years ago because they were so just quickly recycling things. But they really, like you said, they've really been leaning into nostalgia, which is great. That's why I hope that like they keep these sound stages, but also at the same time, I'm conflicted because it's like you got to expand somehow, and the golf course isn't going anywhere, and you can't get rid of the studio tour. So I don't know, but Super Nintendo World needs to get expanded. I mean, pretty badly once Epic Universe opens because it's been awesome that we've had it, but the second Epic Universe opens, ours is going to look so small. So we only have like 5 more months of really having this unique land. So I don't know how they're going to expand, but I hope they do.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, so with that being said, right, Sean, what would you like to see? Because for me personally, I would like to see, because I'm a huge Star Fox fan, so I would love to see something Star Fox related, because you get Star Fox, but also you get like a sci-fi, you know, like aerial combat thing in there. I would love to see Legend of Zelda. You know, hey, you know, maybe if you wanted a racing ride besides Mario Kart, have like an F-Zero ride or something like that. You know, but yeah. Anyway, what would you like to see?
I mean, you definitely have to have something with mass enough appeal to like where the common guest would know about it. And I know very, very little about video games, and I still feel like I know a lot about, or I hear a lot about Zelda. So I feel like Zelda would be a really good hit. Obviously, like if you watch any of Wizards like live streams, he has people commenting like all these crazy random like animes and stuff.
I don't know any of what they're talking about.
And that doesn't mean that
But-
they wouldn't be great fits, but these
Yeah.
are massive, like world, class resorts. You need something that has mass appeal, and so these
Right.
like more unique animes I don't think are big enough. But I feel like Zelda is definitely big enough, and if we get Zelda at Universal Orlando and it's a big hit, that could be a really great expansion for Hollywood.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and also what's great about Zelda 2 is that The Legend of Zelda has kind of like that medieval-ish type of like Game of Thrones or like a Lord of the Rings aesthetic to it. Swords, shields, bombs and stuff like castles, right?
Right.
So monsters. So that even like aesthetically would have worked really well for you for like the Universal brand.
I totally agree. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Wizard, I'm gonna get in trouble now. You always have all these people in your comments yelling at you because you don't say that they should put this random anime into a massive land. Now they're gonna come.
Yeah, I know. Hey, but hopefully the Fan Fest night. See, now every time someone says it, I'll be like, yeah, maybe in the next
Yeah,
Fan
Fan
night,
Fest,
'cause
yeah.
they have anime. So
Honestly,
There
FanFest
you
is
go.
genius because it allows them to like satiate these fans that really are diehard about these like whatever IPs, but the IPs
Yeah.
are way too small to ever make into a full land. This is a way to
Mhm.
satiate them, kind of similar to HHN. So really a
So-
smart move.
It is, and I'm glad they're doing it because I think it would kind of bring, maybe some of these IPs, let's say fans of these IPs, maybe these people aren't really, not let's say Universal people, but just park people in general,
Yeah.
and like,
Mhm.
oh, look, there's like a Star Trek thing and a Back to the Future thing, a One Piece thing, right? I'm gonna go check that out. It brings another band of fandom into your park. So I think that's really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah,
The
Star
way-
Wars did the same for Disney, where people that weren't even
Oh, yeah.
Disney fans were now having to go to Disney, for Star Wars. So that's a good.
Mm.
Oh
move.
yeah, exactly. I just really hope because I really liked HHN because that was my first time was going with OG and George. Is that I really hope that the execution of these fandom events or these fan events are really like top notch. So that's just going to be a thing, and if they can pull it off, man, oh dude, it's going to be a hit. And I think we were talking about last time the Wizard if it's a big hit, if they might continue on like a year after year basis with these fan events, maybe different IPs or so. That'd be cool.
awesome.
Yeah, it'll be nice and it'll be like Sean said, a good place to the good event to go ahead and stick some little lesser known IPs that are not horror related, so people can get different vibes, different groups of people to come to the park, after hours event type thing, just like Disney does with their 90s nights. And I'm sure there's maybe, I don't know, people that go to 90s night, I don't know if they have a Disneyland annual pass, if it's like 90s night. So stuff like that, it's a great way to double dip the attendance and get some extra cash. And I think it'll do very well, especially the Back to the Future, which I have to watch before the event starts.
I still can't believe that, bro. You have to watch that trilogy. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, Wizard, hold on. I gotta show you something.
Oh, okay. He's got the goods.
While he's gone, shout out to OG for the donation, and just a reminder,
Yes,
any
I
donations
know.
for this live stream go to LA Food Bank. So
And you
thanks,
can do
everybody,
as
for
little as
donating. OG,
$1.
Jeff
That's it.
Gordon, everyone else, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you, brother. Jeff is such like he's always giving back to the community. Amazing guy.
Yeah, if you guys don't already follow Jeff on social media, please do. And not just because he's a great guy, he is, but also because he supports so many great causes. So he's on Blue Sky and Twitter as well. So make sure you guys follow him. He's an awesome guy to hang out with. I've hung out with him a bunch of times, but he also just supports so many good causes. So thanks for all you do, Jeff, and thanks for the donation, OG. And was the other one R-Man? I think I'm saying his name right. Thank you, R-Man.
R-Man, yeah.
I think R-Man 720. There he is.
He is
There he is.
R-Man.
Thank
We
you,
love
R-Man.
He's our man. He's that guy.
Oh my God, I'm really that guy.
There
Yeah, bitch, I'm outside.
Oh, there we go. I have to keep him kind of short. I don't want Wizard to get copyrighted.
Especially on this video.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god. So, Weber, what are your treats?
Yeah. So, speaking Back to the Future, in December, we had the opportunity at work to get half off. And I bought the last one off the shelf, man.
Oh my god, here's a Lego DeLorean.
Oh,
Oh, I knew it.
sexy.
Look at that. So now you have to build it and bring
Wow.
it to Fan Fest nights.
Look at that.
That's amazing, dude.
Wow. See, so
3-1.
oh, there's three
That's
of them. That's
insane.
pretty cool.
Yeah, no, so it's it comes with enough where you can build all three cars.
You need to go
Oh.
open that up and build it
Oh.
during FanFest nights,
Yes, please.
Right.
right in front of the courthouse.
Because
I know.
I hope OG and Weber will be at FanFest nights. Yes.
When are they?
Maybe.
Is it what are the dates? Is it March?
It's
I'll be there
April
for
25th
sure.
through May 18th.
Oh, okay, still a little ways away. And then are tickets for sale right now?
Not
No.
yet.
Okay, yeah, I'll hit it up. That sounds like
I'll
fun.
be there like May 2nd, whatever that weekend is, Wizard.
Now,
May-
Mr.
Yeah,
Mr.
second.
Ranking the resorts here is going to start going to a brand new resort in just a week. How
That's
excited
right.
are you? He's going to Stellanova. Which one's over?
Stellanova, you got it,
Yeah,
bro.
Stellanova next week.
Oh,
And
nice.
That's gonna be pretty cool. Opening weekend, opening resort ranking. Make sure to follow him because guess what? He'll be live tweeting 24/7.
I don't know about all that.
24/7.
God, dude,
Is
I am-
that-
I am super pumped, but honestly, I feel like logistically it's going to be a bit of a headache because we're staying at Stellanova, but Epic Universe isn't open yet, and all the roads aren't finished yet, and it's already a long bus ride. They have nothing but buses, and all the roads aren't even finished. So I feel like getting from my hotel to the parks that are actually open is going to be like half an hour, and I have a baby and a stroller and all that. So logistically, it's probably going to be a headache, man. I don't fully know why I did this outside of just wanting to be at the hotel so bad. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time, man. I'm gonna be just staring at the Epic Universe gates, wanting to go in. But my wife and I are just massive hotel fans, and so we're just pumped for this new hotel. And the rates are so cheap. Like for a brand new hotel to come out, and it'd be under $200 for opening week. Obviously, Epic Universe isn't open yet, so the demand isn't fully there yet. But Universal just builds such good hotels, and to have it be under $200 a night was just so. We're really pumped. for that.
So actually, Sean, going off that, Wizard, do you mind if we dive into the subject of hotels real quick?
Yes, please. And before you do, I want to just tell you guys, well, Sean knows, but really Weber and OG about this Portofino Bay Hotel. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, this is incredible. Even if you don't stay here, you gotta just check it out. I mean, it's because you can go to City Walk and you just take the boat. It's like 5-minute boat ride, and you can just walk the grounds. This place has a whole Italian harbor with performers and bars right on the harbor. And that's gorgeous at nighttime. And then there's arcades. And then like the whole thing is super Italian themed. The rooms themselves are actually
OG
pretty
would love
big.
it. Where's George when you need him?
I know, right?
Exactly. It's incredible. Let me tell you, Elizabeth didn't want to go to Florida again for Epic Universe because of the politics and stuff. But as soon as she stepped in the hotel, she literally said, "You know what? Okay, I'll make an exception, but we have to stay at the Portofino Bay Hotel." I'm like, "Okay, done."
Ethan,
That's how
I have
good
two
our
comments.
hotel is.
Hashtag sponsored or hashtag not sponsored?
Hashtag both. No, really. Look, they can sponsor me, please. Universal Portofino Bay, host to me. I'd love to go back. I was like,
Let's make it
wow,
happen.
this
Who's the
place-
Universal chairman right now?
Only one complaint, and it's kind of confusing the layout, like the map, and no one really know where or like to tell us where our hotel rooms were because like all these different buildings and all these different elevations. The lobby is level 3, and they don't really tell you that, so it's kind of confusing. But when you get past the layout, it's a gorgeous hotel. OG, you might just be in love. You just
Okay.
might be in love.
Is it Brian Roberts? OG?
Yeah,
He's the
Brian
CEO
Roberts.
of Comcast. Hey, hit him up.
Yeah.
Sponsor Wizard.
Come on,
Yeah.
Brian. Come on.
Roberts. Come on.
Hey,
Come
Wizard,
on,
I have
Brian.
a question. Because I remember when you booked your Universal trip, you wanted to stay at Cabana Bay. So who is it that upsold you to Portofino?
Oh, Mr. Wins in the East travel advisor Sean ranking the mouse here. That's right.
Oh,
This guy right here.
There he is.
only did he give a good deal that included an annual pass, but yeah, that was incredible. He said, "Check out Portofino." I'm like, Okay. I mean, I thought it'd be too expensive, but it actually really wasn't. I was like,
It was literally
okay.
cheaper, Wizard, for you guys to stay at Portofino than to stay at Cabana with Express Pass. Like you saved
Yeah.
money. It was crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And that's
Universal's
like,
crazy with their
I was
hotel
like,
deals.
wow. I was like, okay. But and see, you got me with the kids in those hotels that come with the express, the signature ones. So unfortunately, we can't stay at a not signature one because it was too good with
Really?
just walking to the express lines because it was really busy. It was the holidays, so like Hagrid's, we couldn't do that one because we had limited time and it was 2 hours all day, which sucks. They don't have express, but the other ones have express, and you just kept walking in the lines and.
Yeah.
Although some of those are like 20-minute express times because it was busy and it was the holidays. But I was like, I don't think I can stand a normal line, a regular standby line at any Universal Park. I have my
Yeah.
express pass here in Hollywood and I have an express pass in Orlando. I can't do standby. So I have to stay at a signature hotel because that was just too good.
Universal
Without the express
Express.
pass, we couldn't have done half what we did, and it was on that very busy day.
Right.
So,
It makes it hard to even like use Lightning Lane again because Express, you just walk up to any ride. You don't need a time frame. You like
Dude.
a bunch of the queue still. Like it's just
Yeah.
amazing. But
Dude, Sean, my first kind of like foray into the Express Pass was actually this past HHN. And it was like an amazing experience. Like, dude, we walked on all the mazes. It was like super easy, man. I mean, it really does make Lightning Lane like just a joke.
It does,
totally.
and with that too, right? Again, connecting to the hotel is that the signature Universal hotels, they provide the express pass, right? So why doesn't the Disneyland hotels, or I guess a signature hotel, offer the premium pass? And with the premium pass for Disney, just get rid of, in my opinion, the regular Lightning Lane and individual Lightning Lane. Because if you're spending $400 on the Premier Lightning Lane, that's great because then if that's the only option, because then you're the only group of people going in there. The other problem that Disney parks have is that, at least for like a lot of the older attractions, they don't have a full separate line like the Universal rides do. Like the Universal rides, they have their own separate line that goes all the way through. Disney, like Disneyland, a lot of them, they merge into the standby. So you really don't have your own lane, so to speak. You just kind of merge, and then you're just kind of stuck there with everybody else.
Yeah.
So, dude, that Express, because I was with the OG for it, man, that blew my mind away, Sean. I was like, wow. I was like, this is Express.
Yeah.
This is worth the money, man.
Yeah, no, it was
No,
amazing.
honestly, Disney, to your point, Weber, they need to get rid of and Ethan talks about this all the time, and OG too. They need to get rid of the lower tiers, and then maybe they don't give the highest tier for free to like the premium hotel guests, but like you can get like a 20% or 30% discount or something, and just let that be your main pass. Because I mean, just Express Pass, even though it's more expensive, it's just so much better in every way. You can add it on to annual passes at both coasts. You can, get in Orlando and hopefully soon in Hollywood. You can stay at the premier hotels and get it free. And honestly, the premier hotels aren't even that insane. You can get like Hard Rock Hotel for like under $400 if you're, discount searching and going during off peak. So, I mean, like for Wizard's trip, he was going during the peak season, but it was still cheaper for him and his fiance and his fiance's parents to stay at an Express or at a Premier hotel and get free Express.
I mean, just think about it.
Just buy Express. Like, even if you're not sleeping there, it's cheaper. So it's
for the two of us for like one night. Yeah, it was one night. But for the two of us, for the passes and the hotel and all that, it was only like $1,400 or $1,500. But that's for two people.
Two people.
Wow.
We got annual passes, and we stayed in the hotel for one night, and the early entry and all that stuff, and the shuttle from the airport to pick us up, and the Superstar shuttle, like all that for $1,500. That's like $800, $700 a person. That's not bad at all. I mean,
you're in the most expensive hotel on property, and there's other hotels that are cheaper that have Express Pass. Like you said, you got the round trip shuttle. So I mean, Universal is just killing the game and kind of doing what Disney World used to be doing. So yeah, it's impressive right now.
Do you think, Sean? Do you think they'll ever bring back Magical Express?
If you would have asked me that 3 years ago, I would have said absolutely. Before 2025, it'd be back already, and I was wrong. So I also would have said Cosmic Rewind would be off of Virtual Queue, and I was wrong about
That's
that.
also ridiculous.
So I would
Yeah,
like to
that
say
is.
yes, OG, but I'm kind of shocked that like Universal hasn't hopped on that because they partner with Superstar Shuttle, and they offer it for pretty cheap. It's like
It's
$54
like,
round
50
trip.
bucks, yeah.
I'm shocked they haven't just like subsidized that and just said like we're now offering free shuttles. I'm sure that that's a bigger expense than Universal wants to foot, especially because they don't even operate their own hotels. But yeah, OG, I would have thought it'd been back already. So I don't know. Clearly, I was wrong on that.
Well, also, they don't have any competition. Disney doesn't have a Magical Express. Maybe if Disney had the Magical Express, Universal would consider putting the bill. But now there's just no other option. So they're like, wait a second.
I'm shocked that Disney doesn't like Universal's partnership with Superstar Shuttle is more concrete than Disney's partnership with any transportation system. I'm shocked Disney doesn't just like partner with Mirrors and say like even call it the Magical Express if you want, but just not have it be free anymore. Have it be like, even if you're not making money off of it, just you're breaking even off of it. The fact that they don't even have anything is baffling to me.
Well, I think, Sean, to your point, because I like what you said, because you made me think of this when you said what Walt Disney World used to do or used to be. It brings up to the point to me that, again, this shows that the brand for Disney is so strong, and there's like no withdrawal from Disney at all, really. I've seen, the brand demand so strong that it's almost like Disney can pretty much do what they do because they can, because people are just going to pay for anything regardless of how expensive it gets. Like I remember when like 5 years ago when people were complaining about prices going up. I swear, no lie, I feel like as prices get higher, there's more people. I'm like, what is going on, dude?
I know. It's like that Stockholm syndrome thing, or it's like, what the heck is going on here? Like, yeah, what's the highest one now? The Inspire pass.
Inspire key.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like $2,000 now. It's up,
so sorry, I have the one that I've inspired, but I bought it before the increase. So the total price was like $1,642, and now it went up $100.
Right.
So now it's like $1,742 around that.
I think that there's a potential theory for that, Webba. I'm sure it's just because these parks are getting more popular. But one of my friends, Andrea Jessica on Twitter, you guys can follow her.
She's awesome, by the way.
Yeah, she's awesome. She has this theory that honestly, I think she might be right on, that the more expensive a pass, the more each person feels like they need to visit more and more and more to get money out of it. So I went and visited Six Flags Discovery Kingdom up in Vallejo, NorCal. And it was like $150. I have not been back to a Six Flags park since. If that thing was like $300 or $400, I would have been busting my ass to like get to more Six Flags parks. It was so cheap. I was like, I don't even really care. And so I feel like once Disney passed, like, I don't think there's a magic number, but just for the sake of the argument, once they passed that like $1,000 threshold for most passes, everyone was like, crap, like I have to get great use out of this. And so I don't know if, I don't know if there's any science behind that. It could be completely wrong.
I mean, it makes sense.
It kind of makes sense to me, to be honest.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. It does. But I was telling OG, like, because me and OG, and I guess Wizard too, Sean, I'm not sure where you are, but I with good traffic going, like 80, I live like literally about an hour from Disneyland. And a few years ago, I was going like 2 to 3 times a month, dude. And just like the gas I was, using up and how much time I was using up too, it's a lot. And as the prices go higher, I would have to go more to get the value out of the pass, because I'm paying so much freaking money for it. I'm like, I gotta get these trips in, man.
Right. Every trip brings it down in your head. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I felt the same way when I was talking to with my fiance. If I was like, should I get the believe key? And she goes, how much is it? And I'm like 1,000. She goes, that's why she made the say. She's like, oh, like I know, but hold on. I was like, let's calculate how many times I have to go. I'm like, should I just buy it? Should I just rely on the 3-day SoCal resident things? But I'm like, no, I want to cover Disneyland more. So I figured I can go about, I think it was like 9 times. I'm like, okay, I can do that. But yeah, I definitely encourage me to keep going because I'm paying $88 a month for this thing.
Right.
Well,
But as people do that math, Wizard, that you did, it encourages them to go more, which
Yeah,
leads to
exactly.
more crowds. And I'm not saying Disney should lower the prices. That would probably also
Oh,
still
gosh.
lead to more crowds. But when you
Yeah.
raise prices, I don't think it actually reduces
Yeah.
crowds at all, because people then, even if less people are buying it, they're now forcing themselves to make more visits to make it more worthwhile.
I'll tell you something that will reduce the crowd. And if they, for some reason, and I know this is talked about a lot, but they got rid of the monthly payment plan, then I'm not personally sure I'd be able to get that.
I'm sadly a proponent of that. Disney is a massive luxury to something that OG talks about on his profile all the time, and nobody outside of California can buy it. I'm totally okay with monthly payment plans for like the lower passes, like the SoCal passes. I think those upper tier passes should be luxuries. And if you're making monthly payments, it's not a luxury. That becomes a bill. That becomes,
exactly.
Pay. So I would be on board with that, Wizard, and I know that that's not a popular take.
Yeah, definitely unpopular, but I mean, it's really the only way to like reduce a Magic Key population, because $88 a month, it's a lot, but it's still less than 100.
Well,
a 1,000 something, like 1,500 in full, that's much steeper price than
It makes you have to really think about it.
And here's the thing too, Disney's now at a point where like they don't really, I mean, maybe they do a little bit, but not really need pass holders anymore to offset on a slow season. Like they're always constantly busy pretty much all the time. However, I did last year make an argument that I believe the summer season is now Disneyland's slow season, because I was noticing a lot of like construction and like ride down times and stuff like that. And I was like, I kind of put two and two together. I was like, wait a minute. The holidays have become so popular, especially with YouTube, the vloggers, Instagram, the kind of Disney space, and just how popular the holidays are, that now that's their busy season. So it's like they close everything or a lot of stuff during even the summer, which used to be the busy season, get stuff ready and prepped up for then the holiday season. But it's like no matter what time you go, I feel like the park's always going to be busy, no matter whether you have pass holders or not.
Yeah, amen. Well said.
And it makes sense because I know summers when school's out and stuff, but I never got this. Whether it's California or Florida, it's freaking hot in the summertime. My God, I mean, who wants to stay there all day? And again, I know it's school, summer season, school's out, but man, school's out a lot of the times in the holiday season too, and it's much cooler. Like I said, Epic Universe, since only exception would be opening weekend, but that's my wedding weekend, so obviously I can't make that. So I'm like, all right, can't make it on opening weekend, then why subject myself to hot and humid conditions? Let's go in November, and that's when we're going, because I'm like, I can wait a few months till it's colder and actually enjoy myself. Because imagine being in the line there, and it's just hot and humid and it's crowded. I mean, much more miserable. I have much more pleasurable experience in the fall cold weather, and so that's why I'm surprised it took this long for the holidays to be the busiest season, because it's just so nice outside, at least to me.
Ethan, I'm calling BS on that. Epic Universe opens 2 days before your wedding. You absolutely can make it.
One day.
There you go.
I'm going to your reception and Epic Universe opening. You can too.
Okay. One day, the reception's the 25th, the wedding is on the 23rd.
Ah, okay. More excuses for Wizard to not enter a park.
Yeah, there it is.
It's because I hate Universal so much. That's why I made it that
Confirmed.
Yeah, exactly. He was never an Epic Universe fan, it just wasn't his thing.
I'm just doing those updates for the money. That's it.
Yeah.
For the money.
He's just trying to get to 6,000 followers, and he knows that's how to do it.
Exactly.
There you go.
Ethan, if you just covered, Universal Studios in Northern California, you'd be there already.
Oh my God,
Ethan had this guy that would spam every single one of his videos, no matter
Where
what,
is he?
for him to cover Universal Studios in Northern California.
It's the funniest thing. He even said that on my Disney videos. They cover Universal Studios in Northern California. I'm like, what are you doing? talking about?
He commented it like over 1,000 times. I checked on his profile.
Oh, that's hilarious.
great.
That's hilarious. Hey, wait, when are you gonna cover Universal Miami, Wizard?
Yeah, come on. Wizard.
Right after Universal Oregon, okay?
Oh, that'd be
And-
much for me. I would love that.
and Disney SeaTac, and that's it.
Oh,
Would say
my-
Universal is gonna be in 4 different states. That's pretty that's crazy between Cali, Florida, now Texas, and then Vegas too. Like Universal,
Oh,
stepping up.
Yeah, that
So
Vegas
if-
thing is gonna be a huge hit over there. That's crazy.
If the Vegas or the kids thing both do well, do you see Disney doing maybe not the kids park, but something smaller experiences like that, like the Vegas thing? Do you see Disney doing that if these are successful?
Maybe I see Disney more leaning into what they kind of already have. I mean, so you could technically argue that Disney's in 4 states as well if you count the hotels with the Lonnie in Hawaii and that Hilton Head in South Carolina. I see them more going into that and then maybe just building experiences around that. Like,
That would make
I don't
sense.
know if they would
Pretty
do like
good
a
idea.
miniature theme park, like just like a 1 or 2 land, 5 or 6 ride park alongside a huge hotel, or a water park like you brought up at the start, Wizard, or something like that. But I could see them branching out, but I don't think that they would ever do like a full-fledged theme park. But I could see them doing like bigger resorts, like a resort with a mini like theme park around it or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay, that's Sean. That's
all-inclusive
great.
experience.
Well, Wizard Sean, I'm glad you brought that up because there was a video, me and OG, I think George, we were doing a video on OG55. I forgot what it was about, but I basically made the argument because we're talking about, prices are going up everywhere, right? It costs a lot of people like tourists to travel, especially if you come from another country where your dollar's weaker than ours, right? It costs a lot of money to travel and stuff. So my argument was, do you think Disney should have more kind of resorts or like Disney experiences that are scattered more in like different areas? It doesn't have to be a full-fledged theme park, but you can kind of get like a Disney experience a little bit, like whether it's like in Brazil or Australia or like Michigan, I don't know, like where it's not a full-fledged theme park or maybe not even cruise line, but something where you can like stay at a resort, maybe some character meet and greets, some little attractions or whatever. I think that'd be cool because right now all the Disney stores are closed. You can't go to a Disney store. So,
well, the interesting thing about that, Ebba, is that Disney now has acquired, since Bob Iger took over, like 2006, I think it was. They've acquired a lot of like older properties, like the demos, right? Like Marvel, I mean that's older, right? Like maybe like late teens, early 20s ish. In general, I'm speaking very general terms, but then now they have all the Fox stuff too, and all that. So you could put like, obviously you don't want like the Tinkerbell Hotel in like Las Vegas. You don't want to do that, but you can, but you can, but you could do like a like maybe like a Marvel hotel would be kind of dope in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That's a little bit, that skews a little older. That might work over there.
Also,
like a resort.
Like you can put like the edgy Deadpool show in that hotel, like in a Vegas. Like, that would really work out with that Vegas vibe, that edgy Deadpool, Wolverine type stuff. And that really cool Marvel hotel could be like off the strip, maybe like in its own little pod. It'd be pretty cool. And it could be, I mean, there's a lot of non-smoking hotels in Vegas too. That could be a non-smoking hotel and still garner lots of people, And
absolutely.
Non-gaming, no gaming, no gambling. It doesn't have to be gambling either. Just a nice, really cool resort,
Oh, absolutely. And Disney loves their specialty cocktails and all that stuff. You can push a lot of that stuff in that hotel,
Right. Yeah, because I was thinking, right, if not a lot of people, because I mean, I know tourists, they travel to these parks, but if a lot of people can't come to your parks or cruise lines, then maybe you can bring the Disney, Pixar, the Marvel to them, to their areas. And that will allow more of the population, to experience your brand.
Oh, it'd be pretty crazy because they have something in Hawaii, right? So what about like a Disney ski thing in Alaska, like a ski resort in Alaska?
Yeah, you could do that.
That'd be dope.
Pretty sick, imagine
dope.
Minnie in their winter outfits. And I guess I know Alaska's can't build everywhere, but in the capital, whatever that's called, I forgot what it is, but a ski resort. Oh, yeah. Come on, Bob Iger, get me on your special access list. Come on.
Iger and Roberts, come on. Hit Wizard up.
Yes.
Hit him up. Hit him up. You're not on that special access list yet, Wizard? I thought you were. No.
You know, I was, but then he
He's a
found
shill, man. He's a shill.
I got taken. I got taken off the list when Roberts was watching the stream. He sent me a text. He said, "Oh, you didn't like Universal a few years ago? Oh, you're off the list. So I got to get back on it."
Guys, Wizard talks positively about theme parks. He's an absolute massive shill. He's literally in their pocket. Nobody talks positively about a theme park unless they're a shill.
Literally,
man.
I get invited to Club 33 every single time. So
every time,
man.
He's doing brunches with Bob over there in Malibu and all kinds of stuff.
That's right, because he lives just 2 blocks from me. Little do you know. So OG and I meet him up in the Santa Monica Mountains at his private residence every single weekend.
Oh, every weekend. Dana's there sometimes. It's great.
Man, like you guys are all pixie dusters, huh?
That's right. We're pixies, we're shills, we're pixie dusters, we're the wokest people you know. So
the wokest people you know. That's a banger. That's a banger. Is that your ringtone, Wizard? Your shill ringtone? Is it that?
Actually, that's out of the whole Magic Happens soundtrack. That particular segment is like my favorite song of the soundtrack. I love that. I just always listen to it, because I'm like, ooh, a little remix. I'm like, boop, boop, boop. I don't know where to get that. Like, can I download that somewhere? Because I really like that particular song.
The whole. Well, the whole song. I have that clip. I can send it to you. But if you want the whole song, I can show you how to do it.
Oh yes, so good. I love that.
There's a website where you can take YouTube videos and convert them into MP3 or MP4, whatever format, and so it'll just take the audio. So what I did was I went on YouTube and I found the song, the soundtrack, and I just converted it and it made it MP4. Then now I have it.
Yeah, see, Disney should release that. I know they released like a little bit of Magic Happens, but I mean, they should release the whole thing. And Paint the Night too. They should release the whole soundtracks to these things. They're so good. I'm like,
yeah, dude, dude, Wizard. I remember back in the 90s and maybe even early 2000s. Disney was on the kick of their Disney park, their VHS tapes and their Disneyland CDs of all the attractions and Fantastic, man. I remember all that stuff, dude. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, you know why? Because Bob Iger disrespects Walt. He hates the company and he wants to burn it to the ground.
Does he burn it down with does he burn it down with his laser eyes?
That's right.
And he hates America. Don't forget that part.
Actually, every Disney exec actually actively hates Disney, and the Walt animatronic is just going to be a mockery of Walt. None of them.
That's right.
Like Disney.
No.
And the extra magic is that Walt animatronic will have laser eyes. So
they did mention the twinkle in his eye. They said there's going to be that Walt twinkle in his eye. So
yeah,
there you go.
There it is. The twinkle in his eye.
They don't care about Walt at all. No, they're disrespecting Americana. They're disrespecting this is the most ridiculous piece of shit company I've ever seen.
Man, was already going on and
on and on. And that is my unbiased review. Okay.
Mic drop. You got to end on that one, Wizard.
Oh, Mouseward Bound. Thank you so much, Mr. Mouseward Bound.
Mr. Mouseward Bound. I know where he's going. Disney World or Disneyland. I don't know. Let's guess. Wait. These are. Look at this. This is Canadian money. I thought as a California money, but no, it's Canadian money. That's cool. I love Canadian
California money, Wizard. Come on.
Canadian money.
You know,
we love our Californian and Canadian money.
Yeah,
that's how cool California is. It has its own money.
That sounds like something that some crazy Republican senator in Texas would believe, that California has their own money.
Yeah, right. I know. They have a secret currency over there in woke California.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't mentioned it yet, honestly. Dragon Blood welcomes you back, OG. And
Thank you,
crew.
Dragon Blood. Appreciate you.
Dragon
Thank you
Blood?
so much. Thank you so much.
Hold on. I need hold on. I gotta do my calculations here. I gotta convert the Canadian money to California. I mean, yeah, USA money. Let me go on.
USA, buddy.
Thank you, Apple Maps or Apple Calculator, who converts this for me. Let's see.
See, Wizard, they're
Wizard
gonna
uses Apple Maps to convert his California money.
Fox News is gonna clip this, and they're gonna
Yeah.
local podcaster confirms California has their own secret currency.
Right.
God, that's gonna be terrible because then they're all gonna come against me. Oh, wait a second.
Yep.
$2.79, $1.94. There you go. Great.
There we go. There we go. Thank you, Mouse Rebound.
So let's
Thank
just
you.
make 17 total dollars, people. Look at that. Whoop,
Yes.
whoop.
Yes.
Wow. And, look at that. And just like that, it's already 9:21. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, people? What are your plans for the weekend, Sean?
Well, I'll be heading down to Florida on Saturday, so I'm packing up the house, getting ready to move, and then also packing up my suitcases as well. So I'll be hitting up Disney World and Universal Orlando for about a week. So
Nice.
So do you end up, so when you come back from your trip, are you in your new place or you come back to this place?
well, we're selling my house, so it depends on offers. So Wizard, if you're trying to move to
Oh.
Seattle, you make an offer on this house, I might be coming back to a different home. We'll see.
Hey, DM me the details, and if you can get me a realtor discount, you never know. I can have a rental property up there.
Now-
Hey, as
now-
long as
now-
you're gonna go
rent
for
it out.
Universal Studios in Seattle, then I'm game.
That's right.
Now, Sean,
Northern California.
now, Sean, are you staying in that Seattle area, or are you coming down here to Cali?
No,
No,
he's
I'm
moving
staying
to
in the
LA.
Seattle area. My wife's a fashion designer, so unfortunately she has to be in Seattle. LA is even better for fashion design, but too expensive for our blood. So we're staying up here in Seattle, just moving a couple cities over.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice. I love Seattle. Seattle's a great place to walk around. I've been there one time.
Amen.
But
We have absolutely no good theme parks, but man, it's a great place to
but
hang out.
you have a beautiful, beautiful waterfront.
Yes, we do.
And that is what matters. Michael Weber, how's Legoland?
It's great. And when you're talking about the summer, yeah, it's hot when you're outside working all day, and
Yeah.
like your clothes are getting sticky, and you're all sweaty, and like you're white, so you're getting fried. That's great.
You're white. Excuse me, Michael. That is racist. Thank you very much.
Oh.
So,
But no,
updates on
it's good. It's good.
Lego Galaxy Coaster parking garage. How's that stuff looking?
Construction's looking really good. Parking garage, from middle of I'd say May to now, the entire structure is built. They just have to do the inside. The coaster, or the Galaxy Coaster, is supposed to be. There's a huge hole in the ground, and they have cement already inside, on the walls there. So yeah, I mean, every weekend I'm there, it's always something new. Like last weekend, it was the hole with the big pile of dirt. That's all gone, and so it's always something new that they're adding into there. So yeah, it's really exciting. New stuff coming. Some new shops that were closed because they're redoing them. Yeah, it's a lot of new stuff, man. Really exciting stuff.
So, Mr. Ranking, I know you think Legoland's mid, except for a couple of areas. Are you at least excited for this indoor roller coaster?
I am extremely excited. And a lot of my opinion on Legoland being mid is due to the price. I think that they try and price themselves like a Universal or Disney resort when they're not even close to that. I think if they were priced more similarly like a Knott's Berry or a SeaWorld, that I would be more of a fan. But I'm definitely excited. I mean, there's parts of Legoland I love. I love, Mini City USA and the Dragon Coaster, I think, is elite. I just think that they lean too much into amusement park stuff given the price that they have. So, but yeah, the stuff that they do well, and I mean, even the Ninjago ride, I love a lot too. So,
that's great. Yeah,
it's just too expensive in my mind, but they're doing great stuff, and I'm excited, and they got great hotels as well. Again, those hotels are just too expensive, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
how much are they actually? Because I never looked into the hotel price.
Too
over
much,
there.
man. Too much. I've
Expensive,
never
man.
seen it under like
Mm.
250, 300 for the.
What?
They have two of them, so yeah. I mean, I don't check super often, maybe every like 3 months or so, but yeah, it's spendy, man. It can get up to like
I never thought it would
$400.
be. Yeah, I never thought it'd be that. I thought it'd be like
Well,
max like 150.
no, Wizard, and here's a problem I've noticed in our community, right? So I'm gonna speak as just a Disney and theme park fan, not as I'm not speaking for or as an employee, but um, nobody else talks about the other parks that do stuff that if Disney did, they would be crapping on them for it. So, for example, even SeaWorld, right? Their parking, they're charging $35 for. Their tickets can also be expensive. Legoland, their tickets are expensive. Their hotels are expensive, dude. Like I stayed at the hotel there for the summer for my brother's birthday, and even with some special privileges, it was still like I was still paying half of $1,000. So it's not cheap, dude. And all these parks, no matter what their status is in the theme park game, they're charging the theme park price, no matter the quality of the park. So, and this is my issue with the community is that no one else is talking about these other issues. Like, if I'm paying this, I expect this level of quality or service, and that's not
fair.
happening.
That's fair.
Yep.
Yeah,
fair.
let me tell you the capacity. I know it's Legoland's supposed to be like for children, but man, when we went was it last year? Yeah, I guess it was last summer. We went that pirate ride. That pirate ride. I swear, there's maybe 5 or 6 people in front of us. Tell me why we waited 30 minutes for the thing. The boat was going so slow, and there's like 5 boats, and they go so they load 2 people at a time. I swear, there's like 5 people in front of us. Waited 30 minutes in the line. I'm like, wow, I didn't think it was gonna be
Right.
that long.
And with that's another thing too is that if I can tell the story at SeaWorld, this is a couple years ago, and I complained to OG about this, and this is another issue where these theme parks they charge these prices, but they're not on the same level. Now I know that Disney is kind of if you took Disney out or even Universal, those two, especially Disney, are more like the kind of exceptional parks. If you look at the broad range of these theme parks, they're all kind of in the same category ish, a little bit depending. But I was at SeaWorld and I was like the 4th person in the single rider line for Journey to Atlantis. Okay. The park wasn't even busy that day. There was no one in standby. The ride operators let 4 empty boats go by because
That's
one guest
ridiculous.
was too busy talking to one of the ride line coordinators. Okay,
Oh my
like to me, that is unacceptable as a guest for any park. That's insane. That should not
4?
happen.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
and I'll tell you right now, so far, and like Sean, right? Sean, I haven't been to like Hershey Park or like Busch Gardens or like Dollywood or anything like that, but these other theme parks need to get on the ride capacity game here. Like the guest throughput for these attractions are way too slow, dude, and that affects the guest experience, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well
Every
said.
time I complain about in my head about Disneyland or Universal Ops, I then immediately go to like a SeaWorld or a Six Flags or even like a fair, and I'm like, all right, I'll never complain about Universal or Disney Ops ever again because it is bad. I mean, SeaWorld has really bad ops. Six Flags is hit or miss. Some of their rides have good ops, but when their ops are bad, like Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, oh my gosh, their ops are embarrassing. So yeah, man, it's really hit or miss. I mean, parks like Knott's Berry usually have good ops, but then you have a ride like Ghost Rider that's like one train, 2 hour plus wait. So yeah, I mean, it just makes you thankful for Disney and Universal for sure.
Yeah, I was just again at Magic Mountain this past weekend, and I was watching Full Throttle. I was trying to get some photos for it and some Instagram reels and stuff. Of course, not getting on the attraction, but just filming it. but and this is not the first time. Every time I do this, it takes 5 minutes. The trains are 3 cars, so they're the Premier trains. Premier makes just like low capacity trains. I don't know why. All their trains are like 2 or 3 cars. By the way, for Michael Weber, Premier also does Electric Eel at SeaWorld San Diego. It's that same type of coaster train. So about 3 cars. And they take, I don't know what they're doing. There's like 2 seats per row. There's like 12 people. How hard is it to load 12 people, put their restraints, and press the launch button? It's 5 minutes between like cycles.
Yeah.
Because if they're running 2 trains, the train, you see them, they're sitting on the brakes. They finish the ride because it's a short ride. They finish and they're just waiting for the other people to go. I'm like, what are you doing over there? I'm taking 20 minutes to try to get a picture. I'm like,
Right. Well, I mean, I'll tell you one thing, dude, because going to Universal Hollywood, again, you know, this is my first year having gone back to Universal after like 10 years, but they have really good write-offs, dude. And the one thing I noticed about the two, now again, this is just one factor, but Disney and Universal, they hustle, man. When that next car comes in, they're like, get the hell out, you guys get in right now. Okay, check, we're good to go. You know what I mean? The other write-offs, they're like, okay, hands up. Get that exits that way. Next people on. It's like it takes forever, and then they take forever checking like all the restraints. Like, guys, come on, we got to be quicker than this, dude. Like, you know, it's not efficient. And sorry that I'm ranting, but I hate inefficiency. It bothers me a lot.
If you know, you haven't seen nothing yet. Just mention an insurance and see a rant from Webba, dude. Insurance.
Before Webba's insurance rant, I got to head out, guys. So.
John,
Thank you guys. Thank you to everybody that donated. Anybody that's watching, make sure you go on social media, Blue Sky, Twitter, wherever, and retweet all those food bank posts. Let's get the word out there.
Let's do it. And hey, make sure to follow Rank the Mouse on X, Blue Sky, Threads, wherever he's at, YouTube. And hey, because you want to see his Selling trip, and he's be posting quite a bit next week. So thank you for joining. Thank you for taking out of your busy night to join. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Love you guys. Take care, everybody.
Later, man.
Bye. And before we wrap up, I wanted to say three things. What was I gonna say? Oh, that's right. Six Flags here. Not only with the safety or the slow capacity, but safety. Eyewitness. No, they have the air gates. You know, you have to by the station between the you wait in line, and then you have to go through the gate to get on the train. They have people hanging out on the station platform. You know, if the train's coming in, that's dangerous because they're in full, they can get hit. And because they're like teenagers there, they don't even care. I'm like, dude, what? This guy just, some little kid or teenagers hanging out on the other side of the fence where the write-offs are. And the write-offs don't say anything. Like, hello? Like, what are you doing? That's dangerous. This guy can get hit by this roller coaster train and die. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Six Flags is not only more efficient, but they got to be more safe because, yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. They got to change that. Never seen that at Disney or Universal, so I don't know what's going on.
No, dude. And Wizard, but let me tell you, dude, like, you know, even just waiting in the standby at Universal, yeah, I know the lines can be long, but I feel like also this is combined too because they only have Express. The standby still kind of goes through pretty quick.
It does kind of keep moving, which is nice.
Yeah, and so it's like the efficiency of having just one Express combined with the great job that the Universal team members do at the ride ops is fantastic, and they get you through. I still feel safe and everything. These other parks, man, you go there and look, and it's like, what is happening? What's happening? It's like, okay, yeah, these parks are cheaper, but at what cost are you getting for that cheaper price?
Right.
You know, and it's like, come on.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
Thank you to Jordan, who's not only a YouTube member of the channel, but he donated $5 with what is the deal with airline food? I know what is the deal with airline food. I didn't even get much on my trip to Orlando. I think I got a couple of cookies, but that's pretty much it.
Airline food got me through it because I was nervous to fly, just like you were, Wizard. I was nervous, and I swear once we leveled out, like 15 minutes in, I immediately started ordering beers. Right?
He's like, put it on my card.
Let's go.
Like, let me get as much as I can. Just keep me buzzed until this freaking flight is over. Thank you very much.
Yes. Now, how was the flight? Because I know we were talking via text and everything.
Yeah.
You were a little nervous. Was it okay?
Let me tell you this. Wow, it was incredible. It was smoother luckily it's pretty smooth. The second flight was better than the first, and it's funny. The first flight was on an Airbus, and so I was like, oh, this one I felt better because I was like, oh, I'm going to Orlando on an Airbus. It's not a Boeing, so we're okay. And then we went on and said, like, nice new American. I think they refurbed all their planes or bought new ones because it was bright and shiny and brand new. I was like, oh, this is nice. And it was, wasn't bumpy. Watched some Harry Potter and some YouTube videos because I paid for the Wi-Fi, the high speed one, because I'm like, yeah, I can't just sit here and stare out the window. I need something to distract me. So let me pay for the high speed Wi-Fi. YouTube worked great. Games worked good on my phone. So I was just chilling. The second one, which is the Boeing plane, I'm like, I was more nervous that one because I'm like, oh gosh, Boeing's having all these incidents. But that was actually better than the first flight because it was smoother. And I actually made a friend next to me and we were talking like the whole time. So I'm like, great, this is good. And we got in 30 minutes early. So thank you to the pilots. Shout out to the pilots for both times getting us in on time or early. So flight was great. I was like, this is cool. I want to do this again. So thankfully it was good.
Yes. Yeah, it's not so bad. I was nervous too, and it was a lot of nerves for really not much. It's pretty, these, there's a little bit of turbulence here and there, but by and large, it wasn't too shabby.
And it's also good because it was a direct flight, so both flights about 4 and a half hours, which is not too long, which is cool. Man, did you have a direct flight or did you have a layover?
We had a layover, so we went like 2 hours. We landed, and then another 2 hours.
Interesting. Yeah. See, that's cool because it's short, but then it kind of sucks. It's like, dang, I have to go up again.
Yeah, exactly. It was that was a bummer. But it was kind of interesting because the first time we had a layover, I think it was in Nashville. So it was kind of cool to try like at the airport some Nashville food. We got some barbecue and stuff.
Some nice hot chicken. Oh, some barbecue. I love the barbecue. I went to Nashville one. I don't know. I stopped in Memphis one time. That's some good food in Memphis too. Some good old Southern barbecue. That's right. just don't tell any of those people you're from California because they might kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not from California. I promise.
Yeah, I'm flying back home to Florida. Just leaving California. And let's see. Dragon Blood agreed with you, Webber, about Disney parks getting all the blame for everything they do. Because they're woke, they're not woke, they're too woke, they're not woke enough. Oh God, those guys can't ever win. And Avengers Affinity Defense, which started construction today. Good job. Can't wait for that. Peter Pan. Oh yes, I think it'll be like Peter Pan 2. But hopefully a little better, but we'll see. I'm just glad the Avengers Risers are under construction because we've been waiting for those for years. And have a good night, Dragon Blood. But yes, thank you all for joining. Look at this. We got. Hold on. 22 plus my 50, so $72 to the food bank. Shout out to Gordon. Guess what? We're gonna do it right here, right now. I'm gonna do this so you guys don't think I'm lying. All right, here we go. Wow. Boom, boom. And while I go and link Webber, where can everybody find you?
Mr. Webber?
Absolutely. Theme Park Wizard, thank you so much for having me on with you gentlemen. It was such a fun discussion, fun being on here and be able to get the support from everybody down here for the donations. So thank you everybody who contributed and for watching. You can find me, Mr. Webber, on Twitter or X. That is going to be at Webslinger760, and then on Threads and Instagram, and that's going to be at Cobweb91. And then you can find me on OG55 with this guy right here.
Yes, sir. And you can find me. I'm OG55, and you can find me on Orange Row 55 on YouTube with this guy down here, and a lot of times with Mr. Wizard as well. Wizard's a guest on the channel all the time. And you can find me on X, Orange Grove 55, and on Instagram. A lot more Instagram lately. I've been having a little fun with those stories and stuff. Pretty cool.
Me too. I am increasing my Instagram presence with reels and stories and posts. In fact, I have a certified schedule now, so I'm
good.
Trying to increase that Instagram presence. You know what I'm saying?
Good
OG?
with it. I
You know
like
what I'm
it.
saying?
Like it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and Wizard, I want to thank you for doing this. It's a great cause, and we love our city, and it's a rough time right now, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna rebuild, and it's gonna be okay. So, and thank you everyone for donating. And even if you didn't donate, but you just shared the link, you spread the word. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes, because if you guys are watching this afterwards, just know if you leave a super sticker in the comments, all those donations will also be going to the LA Food Bank. So if you don't have to watch, if you're watching it later on, and you want to comment a super sticker, then there you go. And here's look at that, $75 donated to the food bank right now. So thank you, Jeff Gordon. Thank you everyone for watching, and have a fantastic day.